Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me? You can, I can tell. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It is such a delight to see so many people here in this wonderful space in support of this wonderful institution. My name is Elizabeth Wohl. I've been a student at Necca for some time. I'm a local community member, and I am the newly elected president of the Board of Trustees. I want to say just a few things. I have a couple of other people who are going to say just a few things, and then we're going to have a little bit of time, I hope, to answer questions. We'll try to answer all of them. If we can't answer all of them, we'll have good reasons for that, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I want to start by saying that the previous members of the Board of Directors this afternoon elected 7 new board members. Myself, Martin Langeveld. Martin, are you here? Martin is in the back. Lisa Sullivan, who is currently in England but joined us by FaceTime for our first meeting. Solveig Kurowski. Dr. Kat McGraw. Eileen Marie Shepard, who is currently at work and couldn't join us today, and Kate Law, who is a previous member of the board and is rejoining us from her home in Spokane, Washington. The members of the board of the New England Center for Circus Arts have been working for a very long time to create the building that you stand and sit inside right now. And we owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to those who have gone before us. It is always hard to be the one in the chair making the decisions, and it's always a lot easier to be sitting on the sidelines making judgments about those decisions. But we know that the folks in the chairs making the decisions have been doing the very best they could and, for the benefit of this institution for a long time. And I, for one, will always, always be grateful for their commitment to this institution. Having said that, they also recognized that there is a time in every organization when new leadership is necessary. And so they made some choices today. They put their confidence into us, and we hope we will be worthy of it. We hope that they have set us today on a path toward healing some of the dissent and the tension and the strife that we have felt as a public community over the last couple of weeks. We have an opportunity to move forward, to take these times of tension and use them to make us stronger. As every circus person, as every athlete in the room knows, your muscles get stronger when you stress them, right? When they stretch and they start to hurt. And there's discomfort. It is not fun, but then you give them a little rest. You give them a little rest and they come back stronger than they were before. And I know that that is what this period in NECA's history has done for us. I want to address just a couple of quick things, and the first is this. From the beginning of its founding, and even from before NECA became NECA, its core principle, its first value articulated in its value statement was safety. Nothing happens under the watch of these coaches that they do not feel comfortable with. And that is a really important thing for us to remember. Now that we are the board, we will continue to support them, to encourage a culture of speaking out whenever anything doesn't look right, whenever anything doesn't seem right, whenever there is any concern about safety of any kind. That has been the culture, I believe, at Necca, and I know it will continue to be the culture, partly because, as these coaches have shown over the last 2 weeks, their students come before anything else. And so no one, and I am an aerialist, so I know this, no one will ever put a student in the air until they feel completely comfortable in it. As students and as parents, we have an equal obligation to take responsibility for our own safety, to ask the questions that we have and to get answers that we feel comfortable in. And I know that that is a culture that we will continue to promote here as well. I never ever thought I'd be standing where I'm standing right now. And I wouldn't be standing where I'm standing right now if I didn't have a complete faith in the staff that runs this school. There are so many people, there are probably people that you know better maybe than you know the twins, better than you've ever known an executive director. They're the people who teach your classes, they're the people you talk to on the phone when you register for classes, they're the people you talk to when you're paying your bills. These are the people that make Necca who it is, and they have been so strong for so long that I really think we need to take a minute just to say thank you to them. And I have two other really exciting announcements to make. The first is that the board has appointed a new interim executive director. His name is Jeffrey Lewis. He's standing over there. I feel very lucky to have bamboozled Jeff into joining us on this adventure. He comes with a wealth of business experience, a wealth of community experience here in Brattleboro, and a deep passion and commitment to circus arts, and particularly to circus arts here in Brattleboro and at NECA. I am going to give him a minute to speak, but I have one more announcement to make, and the second announcement will also have a minute to speak as well after Jeff. So I want you to understand sort of where we're going. Jeff will speak, then we'll have one other speaker, and then the coaches will get an opportunity after that. And hopefully we won't keep you sitting inside much longer after that on this nice day. So the board took one other action this afternoon in addition to appointing an interim executive director. And that action was to rescind the termination letter that was sent to Elsie Smith and Serenity Smith Fortune on June 10th. And we are reinstating them as co-artistic directors of the New England Center for Circus Arts. As every nonprofit grows, it has to address the role of its founders. And we have no doubt that Elsie and Serenity will continue to work with us on addressing how the parts that they play at NECA and the roles going forward. But all of us here in this room recognize how vital they are to the work that we are doing right now. We can't do it without them. We're so grateful that they're still willing to be here and stand with us. We're sorry that Serenity is traveling and far away from us right now, but Elsie, would you come up and say a few words?
Thank you. I didn't know the news until just now, so I'd been hoping to hear that news for sure, but it's been a very long day, and I'm really glad to be standing here with that knowledge. I did try to be prepared in the hopes that this would be the outcome of the hard work of all the people that have been working today. So I want to begin by saying how honored Serenity and I are by the outpouring of support and the heartfelt testimonials and statements by our students, our community, and our circus colleagues has been astonishing and has truly bolstered us through this very difficult time. Serenity is traveling, so I am speaking in the schizophrenic we that you'll hear from identical twins. We do hope that the energy and focus of this amazing community can keep a spotlight on the staff and students of Necca as we work to rebuild this organization. We do have a lot of work ahead of us to make sure that the mission, vision, and future of Necca is secure. We will continue to need help in every step of the way. You can help us in the short term by signing up for classes and coming to events and helping us do what we do best, which is teach circus. This building was created to be everyone's home for circus. So we invite all the members of the community to think of this as your home. Come take classes, come see a show, bring your friends from out of town and let them watch activities. Stop by and watch activities when you need a little amazement to add into your day. Our doors are open for you. This is your home for circus. The staff, this amazing new board, all of the people that have been working so hard, they, with Serenity and I, are stewards of a vision and a mission that is about creating a school, a facility, and a community where circus arts are available to the general public and to inspire students of all skill levels, ages, abilities, and aspirations. We are here in service to you, and Serenity and I are here in service to you through the amazing staff that we've had the opportunity to work with and are really delighted to be invited to work with again. Thank you so much. Some of you are going to have to start doing your pull-ups because your classes are starting very soon. I'm going to pass the microphone off, I believe. This is the next, is to pass this on to Jeff, who has been a dear friend and supporter since long before Necca began, and I'm eternally grateful for all the work that he's done.
She's only saying that because I used to be her landlord. It's a great pleasure to step in to help the run and operate the school that Elizabeth has just described so movingly and that I've come to know over the years at some distance and as a photographer, and in the last few weeks very intimately as I've come to know many more of the coaches who work closely with you. My focus here is to bring the operation up to the level of excellence of our performances and of our coaching so that we can answer the phone, register for classes, get you the things you need, and do what you want. So that's what I'm after. In pursuit of that, I've asked Jamie Hodgson to be the Director of Operations, so she will be the day-to-day manager of what happens in the building. We will be sharing your responsibility for operating. I have my role, she has hers. We work closely together to make sure that T's are crossed, I's dotted, and people get what they need to get the job done. So that's my goal. I am, and as Elizabeth said, I am the interim executive director. I've retired 4 times. and this will make 5 or 6. I'm not quite sure which. But so I will be here for a transitional period. To achieve some stability, get the operations up to snuff, and then with what is an excellent board, move on into what I hope is a bright and strong future. Now, I'd like you to hear from the people who have been the backbone of the school, and for the last 6 weeks, the conscience and moral voice of circus in Brattleboro and widely. That's the coaches who teach all of you. They have a depth of emotion, ability, and reason that I hope you all come to really understand as they teach you to use these things in your bodies well. We have come.
My name's Molly. I'll start it off. I've got an easy one. What I'd like to say is I'm happy to be able to announce that all of the coaches who resigned are back on staff. We're thrilled to be teaching classes, ready to teach. I myself will be teaching tonight. Members only will be open. Everything will be open and running. If you would like to schedule a private lesson, you can contact the scheduler at any Center for Circus Arts, and we will get you set up with that. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Margaret. I am Necca's Flying Trapeze Program Director, and thank you. I am very happy to say on behalf of all of the coaches that this building is safe and ready for our students to come back. Your coaches are all consummate professionals, and they would never let any of you in a building or on a piece of equipment that they didn't know was safe and ready to go. Our flying trapeze rig has a couple of parts on order, so that will be a few more days delayed than everything else, but the rest of the equipment is ready to go and ready to welcome you back to classes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amy Hancock, and I get a little nervous in public speaking, so I have a tool to not forget. We wanted to say that as we look forward, our hope for Necca is one of transparency and collaboration. Circus is a diverse art form, evolving rapidly because it embraces the gifts and strengths of each individual and their dream. For this reason and others, we look forward to getting back to teaching our students and supporting their creativity again. We are so thankful for the astounding support that flooded in from more people and worlds than we ever could have hoped for. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we hope for the long life of circus in Brattleboro.
I just want to add to that, thank you to the public. I want to be able to thank, from the coaches, I want to thank our new board for stepping up when we needed you and when the community needed you, and thank you for that. And I want to thank Elizabeth so much. Thank goodness you were in fabric class. And I also want to say a personal thanks to Jeff. There have been so many people working tirelessly behind the scenes in order to make sure that such an important thing in our community stayed in our community. And I just want to thank them. Bigger than I ever can. Thank you.
I want to share a poem with you. Some of you have been to the show on Sunday. I've heard this poem, but I think it's very fitting. A friend of mine wrote it about 30 years ago. She's now a prominent circus director. And here it is. It's about a circus ring. The ring is a perfect circle, a never-ending turn of energy. There are airy walls that surround you, but never enclose you. You can fly with 2 feet on the ground and stand with 2 feet in the air. There's not one way to do it. Enter where the 2 ends connect, and anything is possible. Thank you.